Hey guys, Patrick here, and today I am pumped the fuck up because I am going to be talking about the new BERSERK chapters that just came out. Now, I, like many people, am very into BERSERK, and again, much like many people, I was fucking devastated by Kentaro Miura's death. Like, that seriously fucked me up because of how much I enjoy BERSERK, and I was, you know, I was hit with a whirlwind of emotions, you know what I mean, as I'm sure a lot of people were. And not to get into that, right? Because today I'm mainly going to be talking about the recent chapters that just dropped. Now, some people have their reservations and had their reservations from the second that even the idea was mentioned about someone else, didn't matter who, continuing BERSERK, right? But as we all know, it's his best friend of like 19 or 20 years who's picking it up along with his art staff, right? So honestly, I don't have any reservations personally about the story because it's like, it's the guy who knew him closest, and he even said that he basically co-wrote a lot of things on it, and that also, he knows a lot of the bullet points to the end, right? So I don't have any reservations personally about him writing it. But enough about that. We are here to discuss the actual chapters themselves, right? They're both really short and straight to the point, right? All that basically happens, right, is where original BERSERK left off. The Moonlight Boy had just turned into Griffith in front of Guts, all right? And pretty much all that happens is that Guts flies into a rage, but not in the Berserker armor, and also Nosferatu Zod shows up, right? And that's pretty much the major things that happen. There's some little things here and there with the other characters and stuff, right? But for the most part, that's pretty much all that happened, right? Story-wise. Now, I'm gonna say that overall, I did like it. You know what I mean? I was very hype, and I did enjoy it. That being said, I do have two issues with these chapters that I will go over in a second. One is the art stuff, right? I don't know why this is. Maybe it's my own personal bias taking over, right? But I can tell that, like, this is not made by the same guy. And it's not for the story or, like, a declining quality in art. It's specifically because of the composition layout of every panel. Now, there are some hints of it, right? But, like, basically what I'm trying to say is that Kentaro Miura, like, every panel of his was laid out like a fucking painting. It was immaculate. And now I know some people are going to be like, oh, well, look at this panel where, like, it's just Puck and he's in his chestnut form and there's, like, no background. And it's like, okay, yeah. You got me, I guess. What an own. But I'm specifically talking about, like, in the action scenes, even in shots where people are just kind of sitting around and it's a group shot, right? Every frame was a painting, right? But here, it just felt like only the most important shots were, you know what I mean, kind of given that level of detail. And that other shots of people, like, kind of gasping or Guts swinging his sword, it was like what you would see in just any other action series, right? And I know maybe I'm not doing a good job of describing what exactly I mean, but, like, go back through old BERSERK of, like, Guts swinging his sword, and I think you'll get what I'm talking about, right? In like, the expressiveness of the characters' faces, how they were always, like, how exactly they were set up in shot, right? Like I said, this could be a personal bias thing, it could all be in my head, but, like, I don't know, I don't think it is, only because, like, even the way that the characters acted and, like, the way the story was set up and stuff like that, it all felt like it didn't miss a beat. It just felt like the composition of shots were not exactly up to par to what they used to be. That's my main critique of, like, sort of the changeover, right? And then the second thing that I have a complaint about, and I guess it's more just kind of, I'm confused about it, is that Guts swings the Dragon Slayer through Griffith's body several times, and it just passes through him like a ghost, like it does no damage. And I'm very confused by this for a couple of reasons. The main one being that they specifically say that the Dragon Slayer exists on the astral plane as well as the physical plane due to the amount of demons it has killed. So, like, if Griffith only existed on the astral plane, then the sword would be able to cut through him. But he doesn't only exist on the astral plane because he devoured the demon fetus body or possessed it or whatever. And now he exists on the physical plane, so the sword should still be able to cut through his body. So there's just kind of, in my mind, there's like no excuse why that sword shouldn't be able to cut through his body, because even if Griffith existed in parallel dimensions, so does the Dragon Slayer. And even then, I didn't think that parallel dimensions necessarily existed anymore due to the merge that kind of happened. I don't know. But that's more, I guess, very, very nitpicky. But my main point is that, like, I don't know why the sword just passes through Griffith's body, because at every other point in time, whenever somebody went to hit him with a physical attack of some kind, aside from Rickard's slap, which went all the way fucking through, he stopped it with telekinesis, right? And I feel like Griffith basically wouldn't use his telekinesis if he didn't have to. Like, I feel like phasing through something is more of a flex, right? But I don't know, it just felt like inconsistent with his power set, is all I'm saying. And that, like, I feel like it should have cut through him, like he either should have dodged or he should have used his telekinesis again. I don't know. I just felt really weird about that personally. But either way, you know what? Call me a fanboy, call me a shill, call me a hype beast. I don't fucking care, because even though I have my complaints, I don't fucking care. I'm just happy that we're getting more Berserk. I love it, and I can't wait to see more of it, you know? I'm so fucking pumped. But with that all being said, please let me know what you guys thought about these most recent chapters down in the comments. I'm Patrick, and I'll see you next time.